Today's program furnished by funding from Bill's Bake Shop, where smiles are everywhere.
If you're craving hot dogs and more, and you're in the area, then look no farther than Coney Island, downtown Newcastle on Kennedy Square.
When you have legal issues, Paula Chalella, attorney at law, 113 North Mercer Street, Newcastle.
Entrusting your loved one to a funeral director is a very personal and emotional decision. The funeral director you choose must understand the importance of the decision you have made. When you call the William and Roger DeCarbo Funeral Home, I recognize what a privilege it is to be chosen at your time of need. We will provide you and your family with the best service possible, with sincerity and compassion.
The William and Roger DeCarbo Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1941.
Broadcasting from the greatest castle in the world, in the county of Lawrence, Nctv45. Nctv45 Newcastle, The Train.
Good morning, Newcastle, and happy October 21st. Yes, a Wednesday, the 21st of October, as we are moving on and through this month, and rather quickly, I might add. Outside, cloudy, a little on the dark side as we're starting to get those longer evenings, and be careful for the deer as you're traveling out there. We're going to get sports, weather, everything in as we go through. Right now, currently outside, as we take a look-see, 58 degrees as I adjust my seat here. And just not, while it's not terrible, it just has that rainy, gloomy feeling. And I guess you get that when you head through the fall and that time. So without any further ado, let's get to the traffic for you. Now, I do caution you, if you're on some of the country roads in the back, make sure you know about those leaves that are down. Because that'll be a mess. You get bad tires, slide, hydroplane if you're going too fast, and that wouldn't be a good thing. Now let's look at the southwest region, as if you're heading to Pittsburgh. The first thing you do is look at 168, and traffic kind of heavy there. I'm not going to or be able to show you a picture, because I don't feel that if it's blurry you should worry about it. Now, coming down the hill from Martha Street to 168, traffic moderate in that area. 376 as we go further across the I-376 interchange, moderate, as nothing really heavy happening today. We're taking a look at 422 westbound, and we'll also say moderate, not really heavy, and up at the restaurants on State Street, 224, traffic moving along pretty good, and pretty much of it, it's kind of busy up there, as always, with all your restaurants and what have you. Now, as we go to I-79, for those people shooting down 79 towards Pittsburgh, again, moderate to heavy. That area, State Street, the area I-79 and 422, always seems to be moderate heavy. Southbound really picking up, and so that's, if you're heading out that way, give yourself some extra time. Realize that those roads are a little wet and slick from the rainfall and the leaves. If we take a look at I-80-376 interchange, they do not have it up, but I-80 at 79, busy. Not anything to write home about, but it is at a decent pace. Nothing for I-80 and 376, as their camera must not be working. Philadelphia police ask you some alerts here. Philadelphia police searching for Joanne Boyer, a 57-year-old white female, 5'7", 150 pounds, strawberry blonde hair and green eyes. She's been missing since Thursday the 15th at 2 p.m. Call detectives 215-686-3154. If you're traveling on the PA Turnpike, ramp advisory at PA 43 at I-70. Road work on the ramp east to PA 43. And they also have road work on the ramp, PA 43 I-70, PA 43 south, and I-70 west. So be aware of that. And remember, toll by plate now taking place in most of the Commonwealth, as that's exactly what they're moving to. And congratulations to the National Weather Service, 50 years of being great. Now, it's time to look at those top stories, and why don't we just get with it? Yesterday, testing 1,557 positives. That number's still not telling you in the Commonwealth how many people actually have symptoms that would hospitalize them. So we're not hospitalizing as many as we did before. I have to believe that things are getting better, and the economy is getting worse. And I'm going to go through these, a bunch of late bloomers here, as yesterday they must have been busy. The Department of Health announces week 2 of the rapid agent test card distribution across the Commonwealth. The Wolf administration began distribution of a second allotment of COVID antigen test kits provided by the federal government. So those are out there. They're doing long-term care facilities and what have you. So the people with high risk. The Department of Education encouraged students to create a plan for their future during PA college application campaign. The colleges in trouble, and if you can't understand why, when you can't go in person, that is an issue. I'm not to go through that is pointless. They want kids to apply to college, but during a pandemic where nobody knows what's what, that's a hard sell. Profiles in service. Department of Corrections recognizes 8 employees for their COVID-19 efforts. Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, Department of Corrections employees have been faced with a myriad of challenges and adapted to their operations to ensure the safety of inmates and employees. And if you were wondering, nobody on the close to home circuit there, and we've all been through it. I'm not short hopping those people, but it seems like little pandering going on there. Human Services reminds Pennsylvanians experienced domestic violence that help and support are available. This is one of those things where we have a Supreme Court justice, a nominee, and they persecuted her for her strong family beliefs, and then we're reaching out for domestic violence. It makes no sense, because if you were there and you listened to them badger Amy, it was terrible. Acting Secretary of Banking and Securities highlights the roles of financial institutions in the economic recovery. Richard Vogue today announced the importance of financial institutions to support businesses and workers and communities. As Pennsylvania continues to recover from the economic toll of the pandemic, being held virtually, the financial institutions continue to support economic efforts through lending activities and focus on serving and strengthening communities. Just a word on this one. Personally, it's been very hard to get a hold of my bank. And I don't think, Republican or Democrat, they realize how bad the situation actually is. We're going to be getting, as we move through, unless we get people supporting small businesses and we get a movement that generates some cash, not only will the businesses be in trouble, but those city, county, and state facilities will also be. Behind on rent, if you reside in Lawrence, Elk, Erie, or Clarion counties, they may be able to help. The CARES Rent Relief Program was established to assist leases and landlords with rent in arrears due to a 30% drop in income, or those who are unemployed since March 1st. Call Lawrence County Social Services 724-658-7258, and they'll be glad to help. And we talked about that now a few days in a row. So you know that help is out there. Please take advantage of it. Grants available to help farmers and small businesses save money and reduce pollution. Grant funding for energy efficient pollution prevention projects for small business owners and farmers is still available from the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection. The grant program was created with small business and farmers in mind. There are tremendous monetary savings available to Pennsylvania small business owners by installing energy efficient equipment such as boilers, LED lighting, and Energy Star certified heating and ventilation air systems, says Secretary Patrick McDonald. As we continue on Newswatch, the Department of Agriculture and Health confirmed Pennsylvania's first COVID cat case. Now, we've heard through this whole thing that it's possible for animals to get COVID. Here they're claiming state veterinarian Dr. Kevin Brightbill announced today that Pennsylvania has confirmed its first COVID cat positive 16-year-old Cumberland County cat who lived in a house with multiple individuals who had been previously diagnosed with COVID-19, presented in early October with mild respiratory illness. Unfortunately, as a result of the respiratory distress, the cat was humanized. The case is still under investigation. The death has not been confirmed. Symptoms of COVID-19 may appear 2 to 14 days after exposure. Fever, cough, shortness of breath, diarrhea, chills, repeated shaking with chills, muscle pain, headache, sore throat, loss of smell. The Wolf administration, along with the CDC, has these recommendations. Wash your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds and use hand sanitizer. Cover coughs or sneezes with your elbow. Clean surfaces frequently. If you are sick, stay at home. If you go out and you can't social distance, wear a mask. If you're in a heavily crowded place, and I am adding to this, make sure that you have a mask. There's much controversy on whether the masks help or don't help. My personal feeling is, if you're sitting in your car by yourself, you don't need a mask. If you're sitting on your front porch, you don't need a mask. However, if you're going outside your bubble to someplace you haven't been and there's a large crowd, then I would use it just for some self security or confidence feeling. And that from the Wolf administration, because of the cat, I don't know. It's almost to the point where, folks, you got to get tired reporting some of this. It is out of control. And if you're watching the national or state news, you know how political it has become. The Wolf administration participates in the national project to review safety inmate population reduction. Among the experts participating in the various committees was Pennsylvania's Department of Correction Secretary John Wetzel, who offers to tackle the issue of mitigating the spread of COVID-19 in correctional facilities, while State Department of Correction provides input. Wetzel was the only corrections official to participate in committee. The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania is fortunate to have exceptional team of corrections and parole experts led by Secretary John Wetzel. So hats off to those folks. Now, with all that said, it's time to go to sports. And last night, how about those Dodgers? 8-3, they take a one-game lead over the Tampa Bay Rays. And I don't know, I just got to say, go Dodgers. And here's what makes it difficult. There's nothing else going on. Usually at this time we have 3 or 4 different things happening, but let's go to the Cedars Sports Corner. We'll be right back.
The Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle wants you to indulge in the food from their pleasing menu. The Cedars features Mediterranean, pub food, Middle Eastern cuisine, and so much more. They're open every day, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Call the Cedars on the east side at 827 Addis Street, Newcastle. 724-658-9543. That's 724-658-9543.
Hello and welcome to the Cedars Sports Corner. Let's get to Major League Baseball. Your Wednesday action, Tampa Bay and the Dodgers get together for World Series Game 2. NFL, no games until Thursday. And as far as the pros go, college, no games until Thursday. So watch a little baseball tonight. Enjoy. Make sure to go to Cedars, get that great food, and we'll be back in a flash.
This program furnished by Sporting Goods, 23 East Washington Street, Newcastle. Call 724-658-2535.
This program sponsored by Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company. Brian Ches, owner. Call 724-498-4760. Ryan would be glad to visit.
Hi friends, I'm Gary West, and whether you find Augustine's Pizza at your local grocery store, well, the folks at Augustine's Pizza hope that their pizza is always your first choice for any and all occasions.
Jim Micco and Sons, 347 East Washington Street in Newcastle, can service a lot of your lawn equipment. It's jimmickoandsons.com, their website, and you can email them at jimmickoandsons@verizon.net. Their phone number, 724-652-6911. Proud sponsors of community television in Newcastle.
Allie's Upper Crust at 1700 Highland Avenue has a full menu: pizza, roll-ups, salad, soup, sandwiches, strombolis, dinners. They are just great for dine-in or take-out. Don't forget to give them a call at 724-652-7553. It's Allie's Upper Crust.
We are back, and wouldn't a pizza be great for breakfast? I'm kind of feeling that now. Little pizza, little hot peppers. It's not just for lunch anymore. As we roll on with Newswatch, just unbelievable. Here you go. As 58 degrees in western Pennsylvania, and vote if you're unaware. November 3rd is the election. Maybe you were living under a rock or just woke up. The deadline to apply for mail-in ballot, 5 p.m. Tuesday the 27th. Understand that there are laws governing this procedure. And if you're a person that you go to the store and you do all these other things, voting should not be a problem for you. I don't want to hear, I got to stand in line, you do it at the deli. I don't want to hear, I got to stand in line, you do it at the checkout. Be an informed voter. Know whose laptop was doing what. Or the owner of the laptop was doing what. I'm not going to get into it. Newsmax reporting some very, very shady things going on. I'll leave it there. Moreover, and I do want to say this to my friends who belong to the Democratic Party. Anytime there is an event going on with the Republican Party, my phone rings Ange, could you get here? Was talking to a guy this morning. Well, my friend was talking to a guy this morning that said, why didn't you meet the bus? Hello, head of the Democratic Party in Lawrence County. Does your phone work? You don't call. You don't come around. You don't say hello. I'm not a mind reader, and we've got so many things shuffling through here. And remember, we're only on this journey because of COVID. I liked carrying the parades. I liked doing that stuff a whole lot more than doing some of this stuff. As we continue on with Newswatch, State Representative Aaron Bernstein, as a free service, will host a shredding event Saturday, October 31st from 10 to noon, North Sewickley Township Fire Hall, located 887 Mercer Road in Beaver Falls. Identity theft fast growing in the Commonwealth, and we need to put a stop to it, said Bernstein, by allowing residents free use of industrialized shredding trucks that can assure that the documents such as credit cards, utility bills, medical bills do not fall into the wrong hands. So thank you, Aaron, for that. The Department of Health shares weekly COVID investigations, contact tracing. Over the 14 days, they said there's been 1,000 new cases. They don't give you a real good map of where that is. You know, I will say this. It's a serious illness. You're going to have some people pass away, and that's very unfortunate. And my heart goes out to those families. But there's not been enough shared by Republicans and Democrats alike to give us the information that we need to make it clear as to what they're saying. Which leads me to believe that maybe sometimes they don't really know. Obamacare illusion of pre-existing conditions. President Trump recently had an executive order laying out his America First healthcare plan that makes a commitment to the long-standing bipartisan consensus that we should protect those with pre-existing conditions. Unfortunately, the previous administrations, to make good on the consensus, failed to deliver on its promise. That in the National Review. It's time the national debate over Obamacare finally confronts this reality. In 10 days, we expect to see a report that says the third quarter GDP rebounded at 33.4%. This is real clear politics. And when we talk about voting, this is what we're talking about. It's not just one singular issue here. How's the economy? Not great, but before COVID, it was great. How are we doing with coping with this? Well, there was no roadmap. We got things out, and if you look on the earlier part of Newswatch, Governor Wolf received from the federal government, that's Donald Trump in case you don't know, those testing kits. Just so you know. I've always said that HUD's true measure of success is not how many individuals we can assist in our program, but how many we can lift out of government assistance and set to a path of self-sufficiency. Under Trump's leadership, there is a rising tide and lift of all boats. Housing and Urban Development, Ben Carson writes in the Washington Examiner. President Trump announced that he will be removing Sudan from the State Department's state-sponsored terrorism list after the Sudanese government agreed to pay $335 million in compensation for families of American victims of terrorism. Trump's announcement is part of a wider agreement that is expected to include the Sudan moving towards normalizing relations with Israel. That and Axio. The blue-collar president, President Trump, is on his way to Pennsylvania. Last night, he met in Erie. Now, the question that you have to ask here, to be an informed voter, just asking, you have Joe Biden claiming that he was endorsed by the Boilermakers Union. 154. That's out of Pittsburgh. The only problem is they did not endorse him. Neither did the one in Connecticut, New Jersey, and they named another one. Why? Because of fossil fuels. The Boilermakers Union very involved in what's going on in fracking down the road here. And Biden wanting to stop fracking. That's what he said. I have to take him at his word. Harris, his vice president, stopped fracking. She also called Joe a racist. Be informed. Before China and the World Health Organization allowed the coronavirus to spread across the globe, and they did, a fact that the Democrats and liberal media outlets continue to ignore for partisan political reasons, America was in the midst of a massive blue-collar boom. Wages rose, inequity fell, and the unemployment rate dipped to a 50-year low. See what I mean? Now, if you're a little just looking at it, you have to say, was that intentional? That China and the coronavirus spread? We've had enough Chinese people try to hack Nctv45. So forgive me if I'm a little skeptical. In fact, according to a report earlier, President Trump took office, wage growth for workers has outpaced the wage growth of managers. Wage growth for those without a bachelor's degree has outpaced those with a bachelor's degree or higher. Wage growth for low-income people, those at the 10th percentile of income distribution, has outpaced growth for the wealthier Americans. The average real household income hit a high in 2019, while poverty rates fell to record lows. No accident, he's a businessman. It's about more than cutting taxes and growing the economy, although both are important. It's about eliminating unnecessary degree requirements that help the privileged but hurt the skilled workers. It's about overregulating jobs for lawyers but kills the jobs for manufacturers and energy producers. It's about fixing trade deals with multinational corporations but ships jobs to China and Mexico. Keep that in mind as you float along to the voting booth. 59 degrees, we picked up a degree. Humidity, 96%. Winds from the south at 5. Barometric pressure, 30.14. Dew point 58. Visibility, 8 miles. Now let's look at that radar. There you go. Cleveland radar, north and west, showing that rain. And Pittsburgh radar, north and west, showing that rain. So let's take a look at Lawrence County 45 weather. Then we'll be back with a whole bunch more.
My name is Brittany. I have suffered with depression for 15 years.
My name is Sam, and I've been experiencing depression for over 12 years. This is the first place I will always recommend for somebody to come if they're suffering from depression or anxiety or any kind of problem like that.
Easy Clean Car and Van Wash, where your clean wash is our goal. Run it again at Lindy's Lunch. Run it again with more. For the 2-point conversion, try those daily specials. Run right in and you will only guard the score at Lindy's Lunch. Before the game, just right for lunch, or anytime. It's Lindy's Lunch. 2402 Wilmington Road, Newcastle.
BSB. Big Shot Bobs are the wings for me. 50 flavors, make it right, you see. BSB has sandwiches you have to try. Stop in and you'll know why. Every day of the week you see. Call or stop in to BSB. Big Shot Bobs will be your favorite place, just like me.
Hello and welcome to Nctv45, and it's 45 weather and 55 and cloudy last night, as somebody has to hurry up on. Scattered showers about. They're ending. And here you see the cloud cover. And that's going to be the flavor of the week. So as we look forward, last night, cloudy and 55. Your Wednesday, Partly sunny, 74. It'll take a while for things to clear out. You'll be okay. Now, Wednesday night, mostly cloudy, 53. Your Thursday, mostly sunny and 77. Thursday night, mostly clear and 56. Your Friday, mostly sunny, 77. Friday night, mostly cloudy, 48. Now, there is a 50% chance of rain on Saturday night or on Friday night, but as you head into Saturday, mostly cloudy, 57. Saturday night, partly cloudy and 40. And then your Sunday, partly sunny, 59. Sunday night, mostly cloudy, a low of 47. And then Monday, cloudy, 66, 30% chance of rain. Now, that was Lawrence County 45 weather. We're going to take this break, and we'll be right back after this. Boo! Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, except the first Saturday in October, it's a haunted car wash consisting of a $12 ultimate wash, candy, a haunted show. Shows consist of many aeronomic decorations, haunters, and a 5-minute movie right before you go into the car wash. So the cost, $20. Don't get out of your car for a spooky good time.
Shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer.
Hello, friends, and it's Los Amigos. Let me tell you what, great food. Whether you get the chimichangas, enchiladas, tacos, whatever you get, you're going to love them. The nice, friendly atmosphere. Stop by. Tell them Nctv45 sent you. It's Los Amigos sponsoring this program. Elham's for one great dining experience. Today's programming is brought to you by Nctv45 and NC Radio 450, Newcastle's community television station.
This program sponsored by Lombardo's Apothecary, located at 1230 South Mill Street on the south side of Newcastle.
At our law firm, we see you. Come see us at lgkg.com.
Special thanks going out to Town Mall Pizza for sponsorship of this program, located in the Cascade Galleria, Newcastle.
There's more than meets the eye. You gotta give them a Newcastle a try. The right small town for living. Look around.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for this Monday morning news. How about Wednesday morning news watch? 21st of October. Wednesday morning. Let's get over the hump. Let's get on to the weekend. Always enjoy my weekends. Hopefully you do too. And hopefully you tell a friend and have a friend tell a friend about NCTV45. They'll be glad you did. And when they say, I don't watch a lot of TV, you tell them that NCTV45, why, we're available anytime on your time. He has a train that runs on your schedule. That's NCTV45. Now, as you go through your day, make sure that you get that second cup of coffee and have a super day in what I call the greatest castle in the world, in the county of Lawrence. That's coming up for you. We got sports and weather, thought for the day. A lot of programming out there for you, and just enjoy. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll